Oh man! All right. Welcome to Saturday Night Spread. I'm on the Escalade 85 YouTube channel. It is 8:30ish. Week 4. Uh, Quick recap. I am dead tired. I'm not even gonna lie about it tonight. I feel like this light is intense, so I'm sorry if you can see me too well. Let's see here. Last week we went 8-7. We lost $10 because we missed the Escalade Get Paid Pick of the Week on. This one's embarrassing. The Falcons. The Falcons. We forgot they are actually who they always are. The team that isn't that good, but people think it's gonna be good. Anyway, they got smacked by the Panthers. So we are down $70 on the season. We are 22-24. So we're coming back still. Coming back. Week 1 was rough. Week 1 was rough. Let me tilt that. And I'm in a different location here in the house, so I apologize if it starts shaking a little bit. This table, whatever. Anyway, here we go. Like I said, it's $20 a game, $50 for the pick of the week. Which, by the way, let me look over this real quick. You know what? Ooh, it hurts though if I do that one. All right. Anyway, here we go. 9:30 is the first game. We got a game in Ireland, Dublin. The Vikings 2-1 are playing at the Steelers, who are 2-1 in Dublin. Steelers are home dogs at 2.5. 41.5 is the over under. This game's already ticked me off twice because I don't really do a lot of research on who picked what or whatever. But I was looking on ESPN, and a lot of people are saying Vikings no problem. Vikings no problem. I don't think the Vikings look that good. They looked good against the Bengals last week, but I mean, 2 defensive touchdowns. Come on. Uh, the Bengals didn't exactly look very good last week. Everybody thought Jake Brown would be all right stepping in, and it was the opposite. It looked like a nightmare, dumpster fire. So I don't know how much you can take from that. And the week before, they looked like absolute garbage. But Wentz is in there now. Anyway, I before I even saw this stuff thought Vikings, but I'm still really trying to convince myself. But I don't like the Steelers. I think that's also my problem. So we're gonna take the Vikings to cover 2.5 over in Dublin. But I'll be honest, I'm not comfortable with this. This is one of my least favorite picks just because of seeing that everybody else is picking the Vikings. I don't like that. I don't like it when everybody's on them. It seems too weird. Anyway, 1 o'clock games. 2-1 Commanders head to the 1-2 Falcons. Go down to Atlanta. Falcons are favored by 1.5. 43.5 is the over under. Give me the Commanders. Marcus Mariota is going to be the starter. I think Jaden Daniels out this week, which is a good idea because he's the franchise wide rushing back. But the Falcons, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know. I feel like one game I see him give it to Bijan like 1,000 times. The next game they give it to him 15, and they're down by 30. So I don't know. I just think the Falcons are fake. They're fake as heck. Michael Penix Jr. looks lost, confused, like he forgot how to throw it to people. Give me the Commanders. Let's see who else we got here. Next up, the 0-3 Saints head to the 3-0 Bills. 14.5 is what the Bills are favored by. 47.5 is the over under. I usually don't like spreads this big because I feel like even if a team's thumping you, they kind of pump the brakes a little bit. This is not the case here. I think the Bills are superior. They're still, I mean, it's early enough in the season that they're still trying to make sure everything's right. So I don't know about pumping the brakes. I'm not saying Josh Allen's going to be throwing up 30-0. I'm not saying they'll get to 30-0. But I like the Bills because the Saints are rough right now, man. So let's take the Bills in the 14.5 on the biggest spread possible. Next up, we got the 1-2 Browns, who beat the Packers last week. Packers, what did you do? 3 minutes left, up 10, and you lost in regulation? Didn't make any sense. Anyway, the 1-2 Browns head down to, over to Detroit to play the 2-1 Lions. Lions are favored by 9.5. 44.5 is the over under. The Lions, the last couple of weeks have looked like the Lions. Even their last game, Jared Goff on the road, man. It's usually his kryptonite. But I'm going to take the Lions cover 10. I think there's a good chance the Browns keep this closer, but I don't know. I just think the Lions can play you both ways. And if the Browns are stuffing the run, they're going to throw. If the Browns are holding the pass a little bit, they can run. I think the Lions are going to do what they want as far as the game's going to run the way they want. I mean, the Browns defense is going to hang and play tough, but I think the Lions dictate how this game is played, and I think that ultimately means they can win by more than 9.5. 1-2 Panthers head to the 1-2 Pats. Patriots, that is. Patriots favored by 5.5, 42.5 is the over under. Panthers exploded on the horrible Falcons last week to get their first win, and they looked pretty good, but they were at home. Bryce Young is 1-14 as a starter on the road. That's a real stat. Give me the Pats. I don't think the Panthers are there yet. It was a good game for them. Good game, divisional win. Give me the Pats. Just for the fact that the Panthers on the road. I can't. All right, next up, 3-0 Chargers head to the. Okay, actually, I'm pivoting here. 3-0 Chargers head to the 0-3 Giants. Giants are 6.5-point dogs at home. 43.5 is over and under. Jackson Dart getting the start. They got New Orleans next week, so everybody's like, why not throw them in now against a tough defense? Let them get used to it, figure it out, see what happens, see if that gets a spark to the offense. And then next week they got the Saints, so no matter what, all should be good. That being said, the Chargers are money right now. They are legit. They look like the part. Maybe this could be the old story of the Chargers where they look like the team and then the playoffs come and they fold like a cheap chair. But give me the Chargers, and let's go ahead and make that the Hescalade Get Paid pick of the week. Chargers covering 6.5 on the Giants. Rookie quarterback. Got something to prove. I saw somebody on the defense for the Chargers talking about, well, that also gives them something to prove because they want to show the rookie that this league is tough. This is real. This ain't preseason. So I think Dart's going to look good at times. I think a couple things going to be rough. And the Chargers they're business, man. I like them a lot this year. That being said, we're going to take that for the Hescalade Get Paid pick of the week. Try and get back to even on the Hescalade Get Paid pick of the week since we're 1-2 on the pick of the week. Shouldn't be like that. We should be roughly, I think 17-18-0 is what we're going for. But anyway, 3-0 Eagles head down to Tampa to catch a tan and play the 3-0 Bucks. Bucks are home dogs 3.5. 43.5 is the over under. The Bucks have multiple injuries on the offensive line. Mike Evans is out, so Abuka's moved up to the number one, the guy who they weren't sure was going to be the number two at the start of the year, or nobody was until we saw him. And then he's clearly the number two, and now he's going to be the one. Coverage shifted to him. I think it's going to be interesting to see. Baker has got stones. But Phillies are the defending Super Bowl champs, and they look good. And I think they get Mike Brown, A.J. Brown working a little bit more because their offense looked really good when they actually got him involved last week. So I think that tends to continue a little bit. Maybe throw a little bit more to open things up for Saquon a little more. Eagles are awesome, man. 6.5 or 3.5 all day. All right, the Garbage Bowl. The 0-3 Titans play the 0-3 Texans. Texans are favored by 7.5. 39.5 is the over-under. This says how bad the Tennessee Titans are, or at least how nobody wants to put money on them. I have not picked this game. I thought I actually put on the Texans. I haven't picked this game. The Texans' offense is trash, but this dude was talking shit about Nico Collins. Somebody asked him about guarding him. He said, Nico Collins. They're like, what do you think about Nico Collins? He said, who? And Nico Collins responded when he heard it with he knows who I am. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to bump him up a little bit. Maybe, he has a better game, or at least, he's pissed. So that can make it interesting. But 7.5 to me is like 20 for the Texans right now. Their offense looks like dog shit. So I'm taking the Titans because we're getting 7.5. I think the Texans should win this game, but 7.5 seems like a stretch. And the Titans haven't looked that good. Both teams got some injuries, so that also affects it. But give me the Titans. We're gonna roll with Titans. 3-0, 4 o'clock game. 3-0 Colts head to the 2-1 LA Rams. Rams are favored by 3.5. 49.5 is the over/under. I mean, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. The Colts have looked good. The Rams are good. I think this is a nice test for the Colts. That Rams defense is tough. I'm going to take the Rams at home. I think the Colts, they got to lose sometime. I mean, Danny Dimes is playing out of his mind, and I kind of like it. But, Colts ain't going 17-0. This is going to be a trip up. Like, I want to put money on the Colts win the South like yesterday. I wish I would have, but too little, too late. All right, 2-1 Jags head to the 3-0 Niners out in San Fran. They're favored by 3.5. 46.5 is the over/under. Niners have a ton of injuries. Bosa out for the year, big one. So I think that could come into play as to how well they can pressure Trevor Lawrence. But the Jags, I don't know how they're 2-1. I don't know how they're 2-1. Like they must have played trash because the Bengals beat them to give them that loss, and the Bengals were without Burrow for 3/4 of that game. I don't know. I don't believe in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence to me might be a problem. Actually, I don't know. They gave him a big contract. Give me the Niners 3.5. 425. We got the 1-2 Ravens against the 1-2 Chiefs. Chiefs are home dogs 2.5. 48.5 the over/under. Ravens, most points in 3 games ever scored of a team with a losing record, and the Chiefs 1-2. One of these teams is gonna have 3 losses after week 4. Crazy. Give me the Ravens cover. Derrick Henry's fumbled every game. That can't keep happening. The Chiefs can't run the ball. I think this is going to be a great game, but I think the Ravens get them. Lamar is 1-5 against Mahomes, including the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. I think, dude, it's time, Lamar. It's time. You've been playing, you've been balling out, but you ain't been taking over at the end. It's your turn. Who are you? Let's see it. Go beat the Chiefs. Go beat the weakened Chiefs. They do get Worthy back, so that could be interesting. Of course, Travis Kelce could run into him on the first play. I want to see how many crossing routes they actually run this game. I'm betting they stay away from that shit. Anyway, next up, we got the 1-2 Bears heading to Vegas to roll the dice and play the 1-2 Raiders. Raiders favored by 1.5. 48.5 is the over/under. Flip a coin is what I'll tell you. I'm going to take the Bears because I like Odunze, and I think, I don't know, I'm not sold that the Raiders have weapons yet, and their offensive line is terrible. Their offensive line is so bad. Ashton Jeanty can't do anything. And I mean, he's a rookie, so he shouldn't be expected to do it all, but he gets hit in the backfield all the time. Give me the Bears. Even the Bears' soft run defense may look good against the Raiders. Give me the Bears. Odunze. All right, Sunday night game. This one's got a little juice. Packers 2-1 coming off a horrible loss, absolute garbage loss. When people were talking about them being the team, they got smacked by the Browns. And they head to Dallas for a little reunion. 1-2 Cowboys. Cowboys 6.5 dogs. 46.5 is the over/under. Originally, I had this as my pick of the week, but I forgot about the Chargers. I would almost like to go 2, but it's a little early in the season to double down on the Hesclade get paid pick of the weeks. So we're going to take the Packers gladly. I feel like they're going to go out there a little more awake after last week. I think the CeeDee Lamb injury is huge. Dallas' defense has been atrocious. I feel like the Packers they're gonna lay it on them, dude. This is gonna get ugly. I think. Like, I'm gonna love seeing the shots at Jerry Jones. It's gonna be fun. That part is gonna be interesting. I think the Packers kick their ass. Monday night doubleheader time. We got the 0-3 Jets. Yes, heading to the 0-3 Dolphins. Ooh, Dolphins are favored by 2.5. 44.5 is the over/under. This one is, I've got a kind of stipulation here. I'm taking the Jets because I think Justin Fields is going to play. He's trending towards playing. If Taylor plays, I feel like I don't even want to count this. I guess I'll still take the Jets. But I think if Fields plays, it's a wrap, dude. I think that's an easy pick with 2.5 on the road if they got Fields. And I'm not saying Justin Fields is great, but he was playing well, got the concussion. The Dolphins have not done anything remotely close to well. So yeah. Anyway, finally we got the Bengals 2-1 heading to the 1-2 Broncos. Broncos favored by 7.5. 44.5 is the over under. No Burrow. Bengals look like shit. Give me the Broncos. That's a quick one. All right, recap because my computer might die. Vikings covering 2.5 in London or in Dublin. Commanders plus 1.5 in Atlanta. Bills covering 14.5, big one at home against the Saints. Lions covering 9.5 against the Browns at home. Pats covering 5.5 at home. That's glad you get paid pick of the week. Chargers cover 6.5 up in New York against the Giants 3-0. Eagles cover 3.5 up against the Bucks in Tampa Bay. Titans plus 7.5. Gosh, are we gonna die? Rams 3.5. Cover 3.5. Niners 3.5. Ravens cover 2.5. Bears plus 1.5. Packers plus or covering 6.5. Jets plus 2.5. Broncos covering 7.5. There. Good night. Maybe.